It has been open for 400 years. No eyelid, no sleep, and no rest. Just 400 years of black water, absolute cold, and silence. Watching empires construct themselves out of ambition and collapse back into dust, completely unbothered by any of it. It was already old when the printing press was invented. It was middle-aged when your country was founded. It was ancient before your great-great-great-grandparents were born. And it will still be drifting through the dark, long after every trace of them, and you will have been forgotten entirely. You have been alive for, what, a few decades, burning energy, chasing things, trying to make it all mean something. This thing was already ancient when your entire bloodline was still figuring out agriculture. Everything they taught you about evolution, speed, strength, intelligence, survival of the fittest, was a story designed to keep your brain from short-circuiting. Because if you scaled a human lifetime onto the timeline of one Greenland shark, your entire existence, birth, childhood, career, old age, death, would be less than a single paragraph in its life story. Not a chapter, not even a page. A paragraph. This animal does not reach sexual maturity until it is 150 years old. 150. Columbus sailed to America. The Sistine Chapel was painted, and the mighty Aztec and Incan empires completely fell. All of this history fits neatly inside this shark's adolescence, with room to spare. It moves at roughly 1 kilometer per hour. That is slower than you walk to the kitchen. It lives in water so cold, your body would shut down in minutes. It is effectively blind. It has no speed, no sharp strategy, no obvious competitive edge. And yet, it has been winning. Quietly, continuously, without interruption for half a millennium. We are not living in a world ruled by the strongest. We are living in a paradox of flesh, ice, and time, and this creature cracked the code before recorded history began. And it gets weirder. Tiny crustacean, massive commitment issues. It has found exactly one home it is willing to settle for in the entire ocean, and that home is the cornea of a Greenland shark. It moves in, attaches permanently, and begins eating the shark's vision from the inside out. Slowly, over decades. In any other animal, this would be catastrophic, a slow, progressive blinding that would end in starvation. Here, it is a business arrangement. The shark loses its sight. The copepod gets a 400-year lease on premium real estate. And the shark, in exchange for going functionally blind in waters where sunlight never reaches anyway, gets to ghost the laws of aging entirely. Because the shark was never really using its eyes to hunt. It hunts by smell, detecting blood and decay from kilometers away. It hunts by vibration, feeling the pressure waves of a moving seal through the water column long before anything visible registers. It hunts by electroreception, picking up the faint electrical signatures that every living muscle produces with every contraction. Vision was expensive. The shark fired it, hired better staff, and kept moving. And moving here means drifting at that impossible 1 kilometer per hour. In the freezing black of the Arctic and North Atlantic, this pace is not a flaw. It is the entire design. Do not burn what you do not need. Do not chase what you cannot wait for. Conserve every calorie, every heartbeat, every milligram of energy, because the next meal might be weeks away, and you have centuries to fill. Most animals sprint through life because something is always faster, always hungrier, always closing in. The Greenland shark solved that problem by simply outlasting the threat. By the time a predator could become a problem, that predator is gone. Its children are gone. Its entire lineage has come and gone. The shark is not competing. It is simply still here after everything else has left. Biologically speaking, cellular damage accumulates over time. Proteins misfold. DNA breaks and fails to repair cleanly. Inflammatory processes, meant to heal, slowly turn destructive. Every vertebrate we've ever studied follows this pattern without exception. By all conventional models, nothing with a spine and a heartbeat should still be operational at 400 years. But it does exist. And it is not a relic, not barely clinging on. It is 6 meters long, over 1,000 kilograms. One of the largest predatory sharks alive on Earth today, actively hunting, in perfect biological working order. If you somehow ended up in the water beside one, you would not die from the bite. You would die from the cold, your core temperature dropping past the threshold of cardiac function before the shark even registered you as something worth investigating. On the bright side, you would not have to worry about your inbox anymore. But the cold is not the part that keeps marine biologists awake at night. This is when scientists sequenced the Greenland shark's genome, they found expansions in gene clusters linked to DNA repair, elevated regulation of inflammation pathways, and enhanced immune resilience at a scale no comparable vertebrate comes close to matching. Its cells do not simply resist damage better than ours. They operate as though the damage reports were never filed in the first place. The molecular machinery that in most vertebrates slowly degrades over decades is, in this animal, running a continuous, near-perfect maintenance cycle, century after century. Here is the what-if that rewrites everything. Imagine an organism that did not evolve to heal faster after damage, but evolved to need healing less. No runaway inflammation, no cascading cellular failure. Just a system quietly, efficiently patching itself at the molecular level while the rest of the biological world burns through its warranty and dies. Its metabolism is, in effect, laundering time, slowing the biological clock to a rate so low that entropy can barely keep pace. This is not evolution perfecting a design. This is evolution finding a loophole and exploiting it for 500 years before anyone thought to look. A single paragraph, a brief, bright flicker of noise across the surface of a world it has been navigating since before your language had words for the ocean. And here is the thing. That is not a depressing fact. That is an extraordinary one. You are 5.5 feet tall, standing on a frozen rock at the edge of the Arctic, and you just worked out that something ancient and enormous is drifting 2,000 meters below you right now. Blind, slow, completely indifferent, and still winning. You figured that out. You ran the numbers, sequenced the genome, and drilled down through the logic until you found the loophole. The shark has no idea any of this happened. You are the only part of this entire system that looked down into the dark and thought to ask why. But if something can survive 400 years by refusing to move faster than the world demands, what happens when the world stops giving it time to refuse? The Arctic is warming 4 times faster than anywhere else on Earth. The water is changing. Temperature, chemistry, and the entire food web is restructuring itself on a timeline measured in decades. And a creature that takes 150 years just to reach reproductive age cannot adapt to a world rewriting its own rules every 30 years. The thing that made it untouchable, patience on a geological scale, is now the very thing that makes it fragile. The answer to what happens next is not in the ice. It is hidden in the way we have been rewriting the rules of time itself, and what survives when the old ones no longer apply. Stick around. This channel is full of creatures that get worse the deeper you go.